And all he left was a note. A note. Know what it said? One day there is no more time. After 32 years of marriage, as if that whole time I was holding him. I could have left him and everything. It wasn't my fault.
Merry Christmas, you sheeny fuck. What are you doing in Cali? What do you mean you're off? It's Christmas fucking Eve day. So where you jetting to, anyway? Carmel Valley Tennis Ranch. Ooh, fancy. The views. Screw the redwoods. Flash a yard on the bar, you'll get more pussy than the ASPCA. And go for stewardesses. They always leave. Ho, ho, ho! Merry fucking Christmas.
What the fuck are you doing here?
Bringing Christmas cheer.
Why don't you just fuck off?
Ray, put the club down for 1 minute. I don't have a lot of time.
Oh, right. No, busy man. Places to go. People to screw.
Knock yourself out, Ray. I don't work for you anymore. Not for 10 glorious years have I had to endure your shit.
My shit. Yeah, what about that hot pile you plotzed outside there?
It's old news.
Bullshit, old news. You think people in this mall don't know? Carly Reagan runs out on me, Christmas Eve day, rump shift, leaves me short-handed, then he gipes the night drop. What did I say? I said, he's just a kid, he's young, he'll learn. Let it go. And I let it fucking go.
And I fed you product below cost. You got your money back.
What about my reputation, huh? My character? Parts of that are still fucking missing. And you know what, jerk? Even after you fucking went to Lion, what did I do? I fed you serious volume.
I know.
Hey, Ray, man. Oh, fuck, you're off the charts. Wow.
Ray, baby, these days you're not even on the charts.
Flat couple of years, yeah.
Sure.
Oh, so you're the salesman now. You push a product that sells itself. A 5-year-old in a cheap suit could do your job.
Oh, really? Well, I guess this is a misprint then, huh? Carl Regan, Senior Vice President of Sales, Eastern Seaboard. Ray, I'm Senior VP of Sales for the biggest film manufacturer in the world. You're a counter clerk.
Yeah, why don't you take that wheelbarrow of your shit show and take it on down to Yorktown? How about that?
Ray, you need to listen to this.
Why?
Because it's about you.
You blowing here at the crack of dawn to show me
The future.
prototype.
Final production model.
Wow. Huh. Look at that. You wait 10 seconds, then you get to admire the shittiest fucking picture ever taken in the history of shitty fucking pictures. Look at that face. Senior Vice President of Sales. I don't know, you look a little worried. Why?
600,000 units.
You're fucked, boyo.
So there's no shot that I can move these.
You ever use one of these?
I hate photography.
What the fuck? The biggest film manufacturer in the world for the past 100 years trying has never made a great camera. They think they own a market. Bullshit. Pride goeth before the fall, my friend. The market is people. You don't sell people cameras. You invite them in to fall in love with a process, a product.
Look, Ray, I'm not you. I'm not that smart. But I know when to leave. Some Nip Einstein will build a better one. It's coming, Ray. The whole world is going digital.
What the fuck? You're still playing the, oh, I'm only here to help poor old Ray card. You prognosticate the future photography for what? To save me? Bullshit. To save yourself.
Jesus Christ, Ray. I come in here bearing gifts, and what do I get in return? A recap of what a shit I am, and the misery of listening to you twist the very virtues you used to believe in order to justify your paralysis. Ray, your plan to move on the 1 hour photo thing, it's good.
Wait, how do you know about that?
K. Fritz, over at Yorktown, said you were thinking about opening a 1 hour photo booth. That fat fuck has been shaking in his boots ever since you've been talking about it for 5 years.
Now, I'm in talks with Fuji right now.
Mike Nakamura.
But you know him?
I lit the afterburners for you. I told Nakamura you were ready to rock right after the first.
In 7 days.
1995, the year of Ray Lapine. But here's the catch, Ray. The slopes vet everything and everyone. They're gonna want to take a look at your books. So whatever number the Valley gives you, you gotta hit it. To the fucking penny. Now, show them who you really are. You get a new life. Fuck up. You die in this joint, Ray. Merry Christmas.
Oh, fuck.
You have reached the offices of Mike Nakamura at Fujifilm North America. We are currently closed. Our holiday hours are 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Please call back during...
Bitch.
Hey, boss man, how you doing, sir?
Ah,
Same old Ray, different day. Here you go, Ray. The usual. Hey, let me ask you a question. When are you gonna get rid of that piece of shit that you drive? You live 45 yards away from this place, and yet every single morning I see you driving him backwards.
Non avete qualcosa da fare? Buffone.
Merry Christmas, Ray.
so what's the difference between this place and prison?
The food's better in prison.
I tell you that, right?
Yeah, last Christmas. Hey, I got some interesting news. You interested?
Christmas, man. Christmas fucking Eve, huh? I swear to you, this is my last one. My last one. How long don't you know? I mean, what, 22, 23 years?
24.
Well, you know what, though? At least you work for your own pocket. I got fucking Bibido. I don't even know what real work is anymore. Christmas Eve, where's he? Boca. And what's he doing? Golfing. Well, as long as he signs the checks, I swear. Next year,
You gonna be your own man?
I catch Nakamura today. It's a done deal.
On a holiday?
Nips don't take holidays. They die at their deaths. You know, and the beauty is the loan. I mean, the manufacturer is the lender, so there is no bank. There's no middleman. Paperwork is a mere formality. Need a couple of clean references, $25,000. You know what? And Nakamura tells me, look at this. This new model puts out 400 prints, huh? That's per hour. Now, the space I gotta carry, so, you know, I'm thinking the main atrium. Heaviest traffic flow. Cash cow. Beauty of it is all that cream goes right in my pocket.
Eh. You know, the novelty, though.
What do you mean? What do you mean, novelty?
I think it's worn off a little bit. I mean, those machines, you see them.
Oh, yeah. Well, you see one here?
No.
No? Did I miss it? I mean, in this mall, did you see one?
No, I do not.
No, you do not. That's because there isn't one. And I'll tell you something else. The closest one, and I've done this research myself, 2 miles away. And those greedy bastards, they just raise their prices. No, yeah, it's novel enough to make a fortune. But first, I gotta get through next week. And, Tonya, what do I hate about next week?
The return?
Oh, the returns. Buy something this week, bring it back next week, every fucking time. You know, little Junior, my husband Ralph of 22 years, and Berthella just couldn't work it. She didn't like it. It was too complicated. Yamana. And I gotta write it all up. And you, my dear, can have sympathy for my plight, but you can't have any empathy because no one has ever brought back a slice of pizza next week. Not fucking. What do I owe you for the bun?
Yeah. I gotta get some of that movie film. You know, the kids coming by tonight.
Just come by later, all right?
All right, I will. Hey, keep your blood pressure down, will you?
Yeah, my blood pressure. Look, the warden. Oh, Jesus.
Ray, I've been looking all over for you. This fell. Nearly tripped and broke my leg over the goddamn thing.
And you want to put it down, try it again?
Ray, there's such a thing as retail operating strictures in this state. Codes, not to mention how it looks.
What?
Your store. It's an eyesore in my mall. Hey, I'm trying to run a classy joint here.
Just so you know, people that use the word class usually do not have that which they purport to invoke.
No, I got no time for your conundrums today, all right? I got an installation to supervise.
Eyesore?
That's what I said.
Well, no, actually what you said was your store, meaning my Ray Lapine store, is an eyesore in your mall. You're, in the latter sense, being you, Felix Potemkin, mall manager. Now, that's exactly what you said, isn't it, little Junior?
You got no cause to demean me.
You know, we should straighten this out, all right? Firstly, this is not my store, right? I'm simply the manager. I'm like a financial custodian, like the president of a bank, for instance, yes, or something like that. That's what I am. And secondly, this is not your mall. What you are is a bouffant jerk who walks around in squeaky cheap shoes, listening to the music all day and the carping of old ladies. And occasionally you do make yourself useful when you spread that pink powder over puddles of puke you encounter before you have the janitorial staff scurry over like it's a fucking train wreck and actual lives are at stake, all right? What you are, Felix,
No
is
cause.
do
I'm just
not
trying to talk
interrupt
to you.
me, all right? You are a functionary, which is one step above lackey, which is a first cousin, to flunky, which is only a gnat's eyelash from being the chief counter monkey at a Kentucky Fried Chicken.
I'm having a serious talk with Mr. B.
Yeah, fine. Call it in Boca. See if you can get him off the 19th tee.
Excuse me, are you Ray?
Half hour. We open at 9:30?
Oh, no, I'm not a customer. I'm here to work.
Yeah, all right, fine. I know who you are, right? Okay, so you are looking where you were going. You got mud in your clothes, and now you want money from me for dry cleaning.
Sir, I'm here to work with you.
Yeah, and what are you? Some rump man sent over by employment? Is that what, relief? Right? And you want in? I mean, you want to be here on Christmas fucking Eve day to what? Stand by the register and collect commission? Well, I spent 364 days, no, fuck that, 23 fucking years setting this up, and now you're going to swoop in, take money out of my pocket? Is that what money means to you? Young man, let me tell you something. You make a mistake when you make money your God.
I'm sorry, I didn't.
And if you want in, you have to ask. You have to have the brass clock knockers to say, Mr. Lapine, I want in.
Well, Mr. Lapine, I want in.
Fuck you.
But Mr. Bibido said
Yeah,
that...
he's in Florida.
No, he's here.
You saw him. He's here.
Well, he was at my house for dinner last night.
He had dinner at your... I see. And what's your name, dog ears?
Pete.
And where are you on vacation from?
Wharton.
Of course. And so last night over Beaujolais and what, Upper Nyack, Mr. B discovered that you're a buff. You like to take pictures. So he said, hey, why don't you go down to my store, work Christmas Eve day, make a little extra money for the holidays, right? Is that it?
No, I don't know anything about photography. He said I can learn something about business. From you.
Polaroid film.
Sir.
Triple pack? How many boxes?
Oh, no, I actually don't have a Polaroid camera.
2 boxes. Very good choice, sir. Excellent film. That'll be $72. Oh, you know what? Don't bother about it, because if you're short of cash, I'll just take it out of your envelope when the checks come down this evening. Lesson number 1. I sell film.
Heard they closed up the shop, locked the door, had to stop. Can't make bread, can't make dough. so. These days I never know if it's new or it's old. Doesn't matter.
Did you ever see Kismet? No, of course you didn't. You're far too young, aren't you? Far too young. Yeah. Sean Connery and I did that show in London, 1962. Sean was there for his youthful good looks. I was there for my tenor voice. And you know what they said, the cognoscenti? Pinky Steuben is going to be a star, they said. Not Sean Connery. Pinky fucking Steuben. But as we both know, that was not meant to be. I mean, these days, Sean Connery could run me down in his Rolls Royce and he wouldn't know who I was. Unless I told him or sang for him, which would be highly unlikely if I was lying dead under the wheels of his car. Ray! Top of the morning to you, me old cocker, on this blessed Christmas Eve day.
Oh. B's back from Florida.
Before Christmas? Well, that don't compute. Are the checks in yet?
No.
Well, it's a bit early, isn't it? Who the fuck am I talking to?
Rump man. Pete.
Pete? Well, I'm certainly glad it's not Helen, because she looks really awful. Pete, me old cocker, how the heck are you? I like that name, you know what? Sounds like an astronaut. Now, Pete, look, I hope you don't mind me saying this, Pete. But I have this thing. It's a salesman's gift. But I know people. You understand what I mean? I know people. And I can tell, just looking at you now, that you are going to be a giant in this business. Pete, you are going to be a captain of industry. In fact, you actually remind me of old Bibby himself.
Bibby?
Ah, our nickname for our beloved employer, Mr. Bibby Doe. There is something in the eyes, you see. There is something in the eyes. They are sharp. They are very, very sharp. Ray?
Pinky.
I need a break, but,
You're shy of funds.
a mind reader. A regular Edgar Casey, this man. Hey, Ray. You don't think that young Pete... Do you think that Pete is feeling Christian?
Couldn't speak for him.
Well, of course you couldn't speak for him, Ray. Of course you couldn't speak for him. Only Pete can speak for Pete. So what say, Pete, old chap? How about a friend?
I think I've got $5, but that's for lunch. Maybe Ray could break it.
Oh, Ray won't let you anywhere near his register. Guards it like Fort Knox. I, however, may be able to help you out.
But
He won't let me near it either. For he himself has said it, and it's rightly to his credit. Oh, you gorgeous, buxom thing, you.
Welcome, lovely shoppers, to the free and free Meadows Mall. It's now 10 a.m. Enjoy your shopping day.
Hark the herald angels sing, glory to the newborn King.
Dave? Hey! You're never gonna guess. Oh, we'll guess. Why can't you guess? It's just a... Penny. Wednesday. Penny Wednesday from Grossingers. The phone book. Yeah, you're right here on page 113. Hold on a sec. You off your meds? It's nothing, Dave. Just some creep smitten with my beauty.
Mr. Nakamura's office.
Yes, hi, good morning. Mr. Nakamura, please.
You said call if I ever made it down. Well, I'm down.
May I ask who's calling?
Yes, this is Ray Lapine.
Just for today. Unless I can find some place to stay.
We have your information.
Oh, you have it. Excellent.
I didn't call for money. I just thought we had a love connection, that's all.
Is there another time today that I could call back?
Maybe try him in an hour and a half.
Okay, that's fine, 90 minutes. Can we commit to that?
Now, you'll just have to try him. Merry Christmas.
Yes, Merry Christmas.
Tonight, you got a wife, don't you, Jake? You used to pour up and down your din in the night. Just stupid enough. I'm not so stupid I don't know I'm dumb, okay?
Hey, appointment booth, second level. Tell Lorraine that Ray Lapine sent you.
Yeah? And why would Ray Lapine do that?
Whatever it is, he is not going to let it go. That's Ray, you see. He's like the Irish. He loves his misery. Talking of misery, are you married? No, of course you're not. Of course you're not. You're a living example of that proposition which states, not all men are fools, some are bachelors. Boom.
So, you're married?
Oh, 5 times. Yep, 5 times married and 5 beautiful wives. Now, once, on my honeymoon with Lorna, French-Canadian, God, she hot. We were a couple. I mounted her like a stallion. This was not lovemaking in a conventional sense, Pete. This was more like some sort of nature film.
Hey, what's going on down there?
Something new. It's always something new.
Yeah.
You want to get laid? And I know you do. Where'd you go, eh? Bars, parties, nightclubs. Wrong.
Wrong.
Laundrettes. There are women there, Pete. I grant you most of them are married, but there are bona fide women there nonetheless. And did you know the incidence of venereal disease transmission in laundrettes is low?
Really?
Extremely low. And I am speaking from experience here. Yeah. And you know the best thing? No pretension, no hard to get. It's just eye contact beside the industrial dryers, and 2 minutes later you're doing it on top of the Maytag. And you know how they look afterwards?
How?
Grateful. And why? And this is the best part.
No pretension. I thought that was the best part.
Ah, you're a very literal soul, aren't you? Ah! As I live and breathe, here is the man. How are you, Tony? How are things?
$52, Pinky, and I want it by Monday. No more bullshit.
And you shall have it. Any news about the checks?
They're not here yet.
Well, wait. Why not?
Paramus, Pearl River, White Plains.
Oh, but not in Nanuet.
They weren't ready yet.
No. I expect they will be by tonight, yeah. Well, happy Christmas to you and yours.
Monday.
Drunk ass motherfucker.
Who are you, Wayne Newton?
Felix Potemkin, the mall manager. Yeah. I have a friend. No names at the moment because we're just supposing. Two perfect strangers talking for an instant in eternity, neither wanting anything from the other.
Is this a long story?
Perhaps I can be helpful with your employment situation. Following which, you might join me for lunch at my private table in the Macy's tea room.
Are you a spaz or what?
Or maybe I am that candy-colored clown. Maybe not.
I'll think about it.
Okay.
Come in. May I help you?
Mr. Lapine, what are you doing?
Quality control. Checking the exposure, grain, paper quality.
Well, aren't those private?
Let me ask you a question. What do you think?
Oh, God.
Yeah,
Oh, God.
you think she's having fun? I don't think she's a Wharton girl. Maybe Juilliard. Oh, yeah. Flautist. You recognize the guy in that, huh? Maybe from the club?
It's Dr. LaBelle. He's a gynecologist.
Appears he is.
I don't think that's his wife.
No, I don't think so. Oh. But that is. Mrs. LaBelle.
Well, hi there, Pete. What are you doing here?
I'm just working for a paycheck.
Young Peter and I were just discussing you.
Oh?
Actually, I was defending you and the doctor. I was defending your choice of taking your business to Yorktown Camera. I mean, here at Bibido, all we can do is offer 25 years of unflagging service. Yorktown is cheaper. And certainly I don't mean that in a tawdry way.
I really have to run.
But let me just finish, because I was very surprised by some of the photos that Peter here has just come across. Interesting tidbit about our young Peter. He likes going through the photographs. Quality control, he calls it. Can't quite explain how it happened, but it seems as though we've come across some photographs of your husbands.
Oh, I doubt they're my husband's.
Ah. How is the good doctor, by the way?
I thought you knew.
What's that?
They found a brain tumor.
How long ago?
About a month. They have done everything that they can, so.
Mr. Lapine.
I'm so sorry. These are not your husband's photos at all. Mrs. LaBelle. See, Peter, no. The last name is LaPelle. I am terribly sorry. Big mistake. Please do tell your husband from me and from everyone here.
I will.
Then let me finish my sentence.
I'm sorry.
I'm okay. Just gonna stink for a while.
How did you fall in?
Fall? I climbed it looking for breakfast. Not for me, Dorco.
Wow. Look at him go.
Her. And she's hungry. Vegetarian, just like her mama. Poor thing, ain't had a bite since Kingston. You wanna buy her? She could use a good home. Me? Bad luck, everybody around me always croaks.
Oh.
You could trade me that watch. That looks like something Captain James T. Kirk of the USS Enterprise would wear. Who gave it to you? Girlfriend.
My mother. I should get back.
Oh, yeah. For sure, me too. It's freezing out here. Would you be a gentleman? Walk me the nice way around? Wait up. Hold my bunny while I put on my work uniform. Hey!
Wow. I think she's okay.
Go. I didn't want to sit there anyways. She and me, going to Paris.
She and I are going to Paris.
That's what I said.
Really?
They tried to steal the Oscar Mayer Wienermobile?
See, JoJo and my other brother Tommy, the fuck-up, they stole the Wienermobile and were trying to get away when the cops showed up and chased them.
It's not like you could hope to blend into traffic.
Stupid, huh? Oh, it was terrible. My one brother's in prison for stealing the truck and for running my other brother over.
I'm sorry.
Oh, I made it up. JoJo got shot knocking over a pink dot in L.A. Poor Mook. Didn't have Pigeon Angel. You ever try and run a pigeon over?
No, I have not.
Oh, you're a liar, too. See, everybody tries to gun them wing roaches over, but few succeed. Why? You come speeding up on some unsuspecting pigeon just clucking away there on the tarmac, and naturally you gun it. It's your instinct to try and nail that thing because we're carnivores. We crave advantage over the weak. It's our way. But that pigeon, he's developed his own set of responses, and gun it as you may, that little guy always flies away at the last second. My theory? Every pigeon's got a teeny little invisible angel riding on their wings that taps them on the shoulder and says, "Hey, stupid, look out for the Buick."
Well, they do have eyes. You know, those two little holes that are in the back of their heads.
Eyes?
Well, they see the car coming.
And at the last second, fly away. I like my answer better.
Me too.
Hey, dog ears.
I got it.
Buy me lunch later. I got an hour.
Memories, Pete. That is what we have in our hands. Christ, in the old days, the film used to come in here like a river.
Thanks for Christmas. It's the joyous time of year. Thanks for Christmas. blessings and good cheer.
You okay there, buddy?
I'm okay.
All right, take a minute if you need it.
Maybe I ain't got a minute. Polaroid film from my granddaughter's camera. I know the model. Cost a heck of a lot 15 years back.
Is it, like full flat, like?
Right.
Yeah, SX70.
Give me this much. But don't charge me tax. I don't pay tax.
Pete, behind you, on the shelf underneath there, there's a drawer there. Pete, never mind. Get out of my store. You want to learn something, dog ears? Watch this.
Hey,
Come on.
what's your problem, pal? I'm a fucking customer.
Yeah, you're a fucking subcaptain. Come shop my store, see if I'm skimming the drawer.
What's a subcaptain?
Private investigator. Get the fuck out. Go, back up. Go, go, go. You stupid idiot. You come into my store with a tie clip shaped like handcuffs. You know how you get those? You get those after your 25 years on the police force, don't you? Get the fuck out of my store.
Your store. That's a fucking laugh. You lifers work one place long enough, you think you own the fucking joint.
Yeah, yeah. Well, tell Eddie Bibido, fuck him from Ray LaPine. Is that a wheezy old cop to shop me?
You sackless fuck.
Merry Christmas. Bibido photographic.
Did you know there is a new girl at the Parrot? Very talented. And did you know this young lady has no idea how Nelson Rockefeller died? Tonight, gentlemen, I have volunteered to demonstrate to this poor unfortunate the exact circumstances under which one of America's greatest and wealthiest men succumbed.
That was a valley.
And?
I got the number.
Is the runner coming with the checks?
She didn't know.
Right. Like it's a state secret. Hey. Andy at the card store says that Bibby has been seen in Pearl River. A great grey phantom floating down the narrow streets.
$5 grand.
$5 grand.
That's the number.
5 fucking grand?
Yes, and we're going to hit it to the penny.
Oh, Christ. A company man returneth 5 bloody grand!
Is that a lot?
A lot? That is a fucking insult, mate. Time was Christmas Eve morning. We would do 5 grand before noon.
When giants walk the earth.
Tell me, Pete, what is 1% of 5,000 split 2 ways?
25.
It's fucking nothing, Pete. Has Ray explained to you our mission? Do you know what it is that Ray and I do here?
You sell film.
Discussion is immaterial.
Film! Film! Cameras, lenses, accessories, never, Pete. Don't sell the cameras, sell the little crap. That is our dictum. And if only that were the whole story. But oh, no, no, no. It's much more interesting than that. You see, Ray and I are like a couple of secret agents posing as salesmen.
Yet only allowed to sell 5 grand. Imagine.
Grown men. Commission salesmen. Being paid not to sell. Oh, it looks like a camera store. It feels like a camera store. When in reality, this whole fucking shop is just a tax write-off for Bibby. Now do you understand the enormity of it, eh?
Still immaterial. And you're getting loud.
Well, what was that saying, Ray? You know, that wonderful expression you once coined. The thing about life is, you know that you're going to be screwed. The thing that makes it interesting is, You never know how. Ray.
Pinky.
I need a break.
All right.
Last place I was staying with this guy Dave in the Poconos. All they ate was locks. Locks, 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 and more locks. Like they were making it illegal tomorrow or something. You okay?
Yeah.
No.
Hey, what happened to the dress?
Funny story. As it turns out, bunnies love fruitcake. Who knew?
So you lost the job?
95 minutes flat. It happens. Yeah. Had to sell the bunny, though. To the pet store. $8. I made them swear they wouldn't feed her to a snake, though. Hold out your hand. Wow. What a lifeline. Look at that thing. Huh.
What?
You see the way your fingers clench right here? Money is important. Also, you're a virgin.
You can tell from looking at my hand?
No. From the way you were looking at me on the bus this morning.
I'm sorry.
Oh, don't be. I was complimented. How old are you anyway?
I'm 19. How about you?
Now, Pete, didn't your mother ever teach you about asking a woman her age? It's very rude. Jeez, 19 and handsome as you are, and you ain't ever even tried it. I'm waiting.
It was once.
Yes, there it is. I knew it.
It was the senior class trip to France. It was this little town.
Beautiful, huh?
It was on top of this hill. And below was this valley. And it was just full of those purple flowers.
Oh, lavender.
Yeah.
Oh, I like this story.
And well, later that night, they gave us this big dinner. And it had wine and everything.
My God, even the kids drink over there, little rummies.
Later on, my girlfriend and I went down.
Oh, wait. Let me tell this part. Went down to those flowers. Her idea, right?
Katie.
So what happened?
She caught us.
Who?
She was one of the chaperones on the trip. It was...
Who?
Well, she sat us down together and said that whatever happened that night was never gonna happen again. Or I wouldn't be your son. Katie wouldn't even talk to me. She wouldn't even look at me when she went down the halls. But yeah, it went on like that to graduation, and then I never saw her again, so...
Jeez, Pete. It's sadder than a Bruce Springsteen song.
Well, my mother was right. Making love is too important to waste.
You know something? I feel the exact same way. I think it's like a gift two people give each other. Like Christmas presents. Come on, pay up. I want to show you something.
Are you sure we should be in here?
Come on. Ta-da!
That doesn't look, probably should, okay.
My ex-boss. She owns this place. All she ever talks about is how she lost her shirt and the bank did this and that. Now they gotta fight it out in court. like it?
Yeah.
I'm gonna stay here tonight. You wanna spy on some people? Come on. Okay, come here. You see that people right there?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
You see that baby?
Yeah.
Okay, just go with it. On the count of 3, you're gonna blow. 1, 2, 3. I didn't mind. The way that you were looking at me on the bus this morning. In fact, I liked it. Do you like me?
Yeah. I have to get back. I'm sorry.
All business, aren't you, Mr. Pete?
You could stay. With me. Tonight.
Bet your mom.
They're at Hilton Head.
Yeah? You really want me? All you have to do is say that you want me and I'll believe you.
I want you.
Now you listen to me. You can lie about the little stuff, but not about what's important. And don't you be mean. Oh, I couldn't take it if you were mean.
I have to go. I'm sorry.
Ray, you don't like that kid. He thinks he's better than us. Joe, college fucking smartass.
Us?
Yeah.
Oh, hey, Bobby. Do me a favor, get your gun out.
Ray, come on.
No, I'm serious. Get your gun out and shoot me. I'll stand still, it'll be quick.
I'm only trying to talk to you, for Christ's sakes.
If there's a God in heaven and he's merciful, you will shoot me.
What's your fucking problem, Ray?
You, Warden.
You know your friend is, Ray? Me. We got policies about religious decorations in this mall. It's against the Constitution or something. Not to mention the sight of baby Jesus here offends every friggin' talent and shinny walking in this joint. I forget things for you. And what do I get? Your rancor. And rancor is easy, Ray. Easy. Fucking coward.
That was fun. My mother owned a 67 ranker.
Plesko.
Plesko. With a P. There you are. Check it over, will you? Just make sure everything's up to snuff. They brought us their memories, Pete. And we immortalized them in silver and gave it back for pennies on the dollar. That would be $17.27.
Yeah, we'll have to come back.
No, you won't come back. You won't come back. And I will have to look at those pictures every day until I fucking puke. You won't come back because you never intended to pay for them. You dropped them off here to become permanent inventory in the little part of hell that I permanently oversee. And what did I do? I gave you the benefit of the doubt. I let you look at them. Because I'm in the service business. A concept that has long since vanished from the American retail scene. Am I right, Ray?
Pinky, take it easy.
So listen to me, you fucking little wastrel. You will clear away the cobwebs from your rotting cerebrum long enough to pay me the money that you owe. Or, so help me God, I will fucking top you and leave you for the fucking dogs!
Pinky!
I don't want your fucking money!
Go!
I want my check! Get Pearl River, Paramus, White Plains. Oh, he does that to us every year. He does it to humiliate us, to show us that we're nothing but fucking plugs! Plugs, mate!
Time for a little break. What do you say, huh?
It was my husband's. You sold it to him a while ago.
One moment, please, please.
You're so kind.
I am honored.
Anyway, my husband said it was worth a lot.
And he was right. It was worth a lot. Once. But time moves on. You know what I wish sometimes? Sometimes I wish I could just take the world, this whole spinning orb in my hands, and just make it stop. Just for a minute. But I can't. I can't. It's probably just as well. I mean, Lord knows what would happen to the weather. Now tell me, why exactly did you want the camera repaired? Your son did that.
I'll tell you, Mr. Struman.
Pinky.
Pinky. A neighbor gave him this little camera and he just came to life.
I would really like to get to meet this young champion.
Oh.
No. I don't see him just taking pictures. I see him making photographs. That, Brenda, is why I am going to recommend this model. Will that be cash?
You have beautiful handwriting.
For a beautiful lady.
Excuse me, Mrs. Steuben.
Excuse me a second, Brenda. Backing him up.
The fuck you doing?
I am selling the lady a camera for her son. It's Christmas, remember?
It's gonna be $3,800 min.
39.
That'll put us over. Kill the sale.
The fuck I will.
Kill it. This is not the number.
The number? I don't give a damn about it. You want to know about the number? I'll tell you the number. It is half of 1% of 5,000. That's the number. Now, you let me go because she'll walk.
No, Pinky, just listen to me. She's gonna bring it back anyway. They always do. You see the prices? I mean, it's 1,800 fucking less at Yorktown.
She don't want Yorktown. She wants me. She likes my handwriting. No. You want a piece? I'll give you a taste.
Not hungry.
Well, I am. I want to sell a camera today.
Is there a problem, Pinky? Should I come back later?
No problem at all, Brenda. Just indulge us for a moment, will you? Look, I'll tell you what. You take the commission. You can have all the commission. All the commission. And, what's more, I will break it down over 2 or 3 days.
Listen to me. Just kill it, all right? Sell her a few $100 of something. We have to make the number.
Fuck the number. When did you care about the number? Listen, please, Ray. Please let me sell a camera. No. I'm asking you, as a friend, let me sell.
Hey, I know it looks like a lot, and it's more than we meant to spend, but Pinky, Mr. Steuben says it's what you need to, not just to take pictures, but to make photographs.
So this is the young champion, is it? Nice to meet you. Nicely done, Randall. Ma'am, my manager has just given me a little bit of news.
I liked Brenda better than ma'am.
It's just a formality.
But Pinky,
Look, the good people at Yorktown Camera are doing this entire package for $1,800 less.
You don't want my money?
No, it's you see, even with our strict price matching policy, we simply, we simply can't match that. You understand?
No, I don't. You said they...
Forget what I said. Sometimes I just talk.
Come on. We're gonna take this camera and get it fixed by someone else.
Mr. Lapine? Customer.
Son says you do repairs.
Yes.
That include pro gear?
Yes.
You use a good local tech?
I'm afraid no such animal exists. If I can't do it, then I send it down to the techs in Hackensack. What seems to be the problem?
Can I give you a hand?
Hey! I gotta do this right. It's an F3 with a digital back. I'm hoping to rescue the images 4 shots.
Then we should probably be able to retrieve them.
I cycled in fresh batteries the whole time I was at Walter Reed. That should keep the chip hot, right?
I would think so, yes. Yes, it should.
Make sure the image files don't get deleted because they're important.
I do understand, yes.
It's crazy. 1 minute, I'm in Sarajevo, okay, the UN safe zone, and he's mugging for me, you know, smiling for my camera. He's a funny little kid, and the next, the round goes off like a snap in my ear, There's no blood. It just looks like he's sleeping, you know? It's just a kid. You know,
Right,
it's just a kid.
Sure, it was painful.
I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. I gotta learn to shut up, you know?
It's all right.
I gotta learn to shut up. Can you do the work? I'm sorry.
Send it to
can
the...
you do the work, please? Come on, do the work, please. Save the pictures, please. Do your job.
So I want to send joyous holiday wishes to you and yours from all of us here at Libido Photographic. Goodbye. God bless. But give us a minute.
Okay. Pinky, what is it with Ray?
The boy. Losing him tore their marriage apart.
Show them who you really are. You get a new life. Fuck up. You die in this joint, right?
We spoke earlier regarding my reference from Lion.
You do realize it's a holiday?
Of course, yes. No, I'm aware that it's a holiday, but this matter cannot wait till Monday. It needs clarification,
You can imagine him. He was an arsehole before. Can you think of what it was like to live with him afterwards?
But if it was Ray's store, then how did Bibido take it?
He did it the old-fashioned way. He stole it. Not that I blame Alma. You couldn't blame Alma. Alma was really special, you know.
So Ray's wife left him, and then remarried Bibido. Holy shit.
After you've gone and left me crying, after you've gone.
Oh my. Should he be in Boca?
I was.
What happened? They run out of ice?
I quit 3 years ago. I'll just congratulate myself.
No, I'm sorry. Good. No, that's good. I'm glad for you. Yeah.
Thanks. I sure put you through a lot of trouble.
Nah. No, I don't remember. It's a long time ago. These days, I'm lucky I remember where I parked the car.
I saw it in the lot. Ray! You kept it!
Yeah, it's a fucking Christmas heirloom. Of course I kept it.
Yeah, it looks like it.
Watch what you say. I cleaned that up myself.
Do you remember that first Christmas we were in that little place on Catalpa Circle?
Not so much.
Oh, come on. You took the Christmas tree and you planted it.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Grew like a weed, too.
Well, you watered it night and day.
I froze my ass off.
It must be big now.
Got cut down.
No.
Yeah. The county. Progress. Huh?
What were you doing over in that part of the neighborhood?
I should, good to see you, though, really. Enjoy your shopping.
Ray, I didn't come here to shop. I came to see you.
What for?
The camera store, he's...
Oh, listen. God damn it. Oh, you know what? Tell your husband if he's got a problem with the way that I run things here, just have him come down, face me man to man, not send his wife. I got an important phone call to make, all right?
Ray, please, just listen to me for a minute.
Oh, fuck. Stop. This whole fucking watch. Stop. I'm standing there bullshitting with you.
It wasn't bullshit.
Let's close now. Nakamura's gone. Alma, please tell me, what are you doing here? Did your husband send you what? I don't know, soften me up so I don't get pissed off when he stuck me with another shit bonus? Is that what it is? I mean, my entire day, at open, I get the ghost of Christmas present, and now at closing, the ghost of Christmas past comes floating in.
Who showed up at open?
Fucking Carly.
Regan?
Yeah, Carly Regan. He was asking advice, talking about the future. This long blue streak of salesman bullshit. As opaque and vague as your bullshit.
It wasn't bullshit.
Please, just tell me you're not part of this, huh?
Oh, I'm not even gonna answer that question.
Do me a favor, answer me this. How can you be with that miserable fuck?
Because he's not you.
Ray, come on, you gotta see this.
Ray, would you just once listen to me? Ray!
What the fuck? Nakamura and your husband. They knew this was my fucking idea.
Ray, I didn't know. I came to tell you.
What? That your husband's a colluding prick? And where were you all this time? Boca?
Oh, that's not fair.
Oh, and this is.
Ray, come on, take it easy.
You spineless invertebrate, you knew about this? You knew this was my idea. How many fucking times have I talked about this? How many fucking times?
He doesn't tell me anything. I swear to God, I had no idea you were serious.
No, serious? Hey, talk serious? What is he talking about serious, huh? You ruined this for me.
Pinky,
you know that?
you gotta get out of here.
I was one signature away. One kind word spoken about me, and I'm in? You amateur? Cunt! You let this happen!
I didn't let nothing happen. You said yourself, Ray, I don't run this small B does. It's his work.
Fuck you, you're the warden here.
No! But you know who your jailer is, Ray? Not me. Do I keep you here? Do I hold the keys? Do I lock you in every night? I try to talk to you. Try to work with you, make the time go easier. And you got no cause to come in every day and demean me like I was nothing. I ain't nothing.
I didn't make you take this job, Junior.
You ever think about anybody else but your miserable fucking self, Ray? You ever think maybe I want more? A future? It ever occur to you this ain't the job that I want, but the job I got?
You want a fucking job? You want another job? How about Peter Pan? How about hate? Pinky, what the fuck?
It's okay. So what?
Alma.
Oh, she's not here, mate.
She was.
Yeah, of course she was.
No, I heard the music. She tried to warn me.
Of course she did, mate. Of course she did. No, it's all right. She's a good girl.
Yeah.
You want a stool? Oh, bugger me. Blimey, the snowbirds returned early, eh?
Pinky, the store was empty. If I was a nigger, I'd have half the inventory of my truck by now.
Sorry, lost our heads in the excitement.
Put on quite a show for those Christmas shoppers, huh? That's one no one's gonna forget.
Yeah, well, it's that big new machine downstairs. It's very impressive.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's a real gold mine.
You're gonna need big bags to drag all that money away. Well, it's good to see you. Did you bring some sunshine with you?
Business?
Oh, thank you. Oh, yeah, picking up. I had a $4 grand SLR about to go out the door today. Of course, we had to kill the sale.
Don't sell cameras, Pinky. Sell a little junk, right? Huh? Pure markup. So, gonna hit the number? Hmm?
Well, that is our goal, sir.
Well, it shouldn't be too tough, after all. It's Christmas Eve day, you know, you would think.
You'd think?
Let's joke by Yorktown. We got them out the door. Hey, Ray. How much you steal from me, Ray?
Steal?
Yeah, that's right. How much?
Nothing.
Oh, come now, Ray. Nothing? You don't take a roll of film home?
No.
Frame?
No.
You don't work a little barter deal with some of the other vendors?
No.
Short the register a little bit?
Never.
23 years. Not even a battery, for Christ's sake?
24. No, nothing.
Why not?
Because it's my store, Eddie. Why would I steal from myself?
Your store?
What makes you ask?
No, it's nothing. Curiosity, that's all. Curious?
I want 15% of that machine.
You mean my machine? My deal? The one you put little Carly up to fuck me. Guess who got fucked? Carly, Ray. Your old accomplice. Punk cocksucker. Got walked out in front of the whole company by two Pinkertons holding his copy of a non-compete contract. As far as any aspect of this business goes, Carly fucking Regan is dead and buried. Hmm? Which leaves you and me. Are you negotiating with me, Ray?
That machine was my idea, and you're not.
Oh, come on, my idea. Idea is one thing, but actually doing it, Ray, that's what matters. Why should I pay you anything?
It's got a point, Pop.
Shut up, Pinky. You should pay me because it's right.
It's right. Is it right? It's right. But is it right to steal from a man?
I don't fucking steal. 10%, I'll run it.
Oh, come on, Ray. You know it's automatic. A monkey could run it. I'll pay a kid minimum. Besides, it's better to have someone young who understands these newfangled gadgets. Okay, Ray, just sit tight here. You sell the little crap like always. Forget about the machine.
No.
Did you say something, Ray? Hmm? Because if you're questioning my leadership, if you want to go work somewhere else, let me be the first to say it's cheaper to fire you than retire you. Huh? Is that it? Itching to go out on your own, Ray? Test yourself? Because there's a whole wide world out there just waiting for a man of your age and skill level to burst upon the scene. So either you want to hike the fuck out of here tonight, or I think, you want me to? apology. I'll do it, Ray.
I apologize.
Peter, how's everyone treating you?
Great.
You learned a lot? That's good. I want you to tell your mom and dad I said hi. Okay? Buona taglia.
Mr. B, the Christmas checks.
Down tonight like always.
Are you all right?
Good, thanks.
Attention, holiday shoppers. We thank you for another wonderful year and look forward to many, many more. To you and yours, from all of us. Merry Christmas.
He's got no valorum, he's lost his dingorum. Oh, maids, when you're young, never wed an old man. Merry Christmas, one and all.
Movie film. What's that?
25,000.
Wow. What? Don't understand.
3 weeks back, I sold out to Nunzio. He takes over on Monday.
You... Monday?
Mm-hmm.
But you're still gonna come around, right? Help him out?
Nunzio doesn't need my help. I did my bit, Ray. I'm free. Of my store, this place, my debts, everything. And I want that for you. I want you to walk out of here. Forget Bibido, you're better than that guy. Hold your head up and be your best and make some real money. Just get free, Ray.
So, you wanna invest?
Yeah, in the 1 hour photo booth, and you.
Me?
Yeah. It took you 5 years to convince me, but you got me hook, line, and sinker. I want in.
You want in?
I always have.
Why are you doing this?
24 years I work across from you. Back in the day, I'd watch you. You could sell anything to anybody. Because you don't sell. You give people the permission, the confidence to buy what they came in already wanting. And I think you want to do that again, and I want to back you. Don't think of it as a loan. Think of it as just a leg up, you know, a start.
I'm not a charity.
Charity. All right, fine, it's a loan, business. Whatever you want to call it, Ray, take the money.
Oh, well, so, business now. You have terms?
Yeah, I got terms. Pay me back before you die.
It's very difficult to get something involved with something vague like that.
Take the money, Ray.
I feel like I wouldn't be my own boss now. It's not...
Take the money, Ray.
Fucking Bibido fucked it all up. He came all the way back from Florida just to fuck me.
Oh, Ray.
What do you know? He did. He fucked me.
Bibido didn't fuck anything. You can't get turned down for a loan that you never applied for.
You heard the way he talked to me, right? Fuck it. What did he steal from me? I mean, what does he owe me, Cox? I mean, I'm telling you, I can't even finish my own sentence. No, I can't.
Take the money, Mr. Lapine.
You addressing me? Tell you what, please don't.
Just take the money.
Just please.
Hey, what about me? Huh? My sentence, do I get to finish what I'm saying?
I tell you what, you know, you look a little stressed. Why don't you go ahead home? And I'll make sure that your check gets to you in the evening. And just go ahead and scoot. Scoot, scoot.
Okay, look, all day I have to shut up and listen to you. So now you listen to me because I'm trying to help you make sense. Take the loan, Mr. Lapine. And don't ever apologize to Mr. Bibido. Well, anyone for stealing your idea.
Are you trying to teach me something about business now?
Something bigger.
You know what? That reminds me. You still owe me for Polaroid. Triple, right? Remember? 2 boxes. And you know what? Here. Film's no good without a camera. Go ahead, take it all.
I haven't paid for the film.
Yeah, well, you've got credit here. See, with this, it's really simple. Just fold it like that, folds flat, put it in your pocket, take it home. Anybody ask you, tell them to talk to Ray Lapine. This is my store.
Excuse me, Mr. Lapine? Pete? Talk to you for a minute? Remember that guy I said I knew down here? Well, Dave, that's the guy. I called him and I told him that I have plans tonight and everything and that we should get together another time. But well, it's a long story. But he just wants to meet for one drink for Old Lang Syne. So I said he could meet me here. Is that okay? I'll see you on the bus.
Okay.
He's sick, Pete. Honest.
Do you still have Dr. LaBelle's photos?
Yeah?
Can I see them?
Yeah. And that's your girl with Dr. LaBelle. Does that make her too low class for you? Has she been with another guy? No, yeah, maybe, yeah. See, the problem with this sort of thing, though, is you gotta figure, does she get you? Possible that she could give you something, like real? Whew. Quandary. That is a quandary, I will agree, but a choice you have to make, isn't it?
My mother would never...
Yeah, you know what? Please forgive me, but fuck your mother. I'm serious. And fuck Wharton while you're at it, would you? Bring 2 condoms to the party. I mean, come on. Fucking 10 years from now, you'd be crushed under some bullshit corporate crap. You might as well stay here and die with Pinky and me. You're young. You should be out there driving fucking cars. You know the gasoline and perfume was the best aphrodisiacs on the fucking planet. Have a good time with a good girl. Take out the garbage. I gotta call the valley, try to get our checks here. $3,867.86. Check's on the way. Yes, of course. Pinky's here. Yeah, fine, we'll wait. Right. Same to you.
You know, we could have.
Next year, huh?
Hey, fuckheads. Couldn't even make 5 lousy grand, you pussy-ass losers.
I'll tell you what, you palsy old piece of shit. You come in here and I'll shove that oxygen bottle right up your jacksie.
Lock you in, you fucking greasy chimp.
Open this fucking gate. Then the checks.
Give me the fucking envelope. Unlock the gate. Get in.
What the fuck is going on, Ray?
We're closing.
Oh, thank God for that, mate. I'm bloody exhausted.
For good.
I'm sorry, Ray, I didn't hear that proper.
Bibby's closing down the store. Cashed out the retirement plan. Your end.
Well, he can't close the store. It's not his to close. Ray, call her Valley, will you? There's been a grievous error, yeah?
Pete, how much?
$227. 69 cents. This is some sort of debit history.
Did you take out loans?
It's a grievous error.
What did you borrow against your retirement?
I don't want a retirement. You see, no, I'm not retiring. Yeah, I can't retire. I've got a shelf load of inventory I've got to unload, and who's going to handle the returns, next week? I mean, come on, let's cut the bullshit, yeah? They need us, Ray. You to handle the returns, and me to do the sellage. Oh, fuck. We're not businessmen. We're not salesmen. We're not even fucking men. We're a race of fucking rabbits.
It's time to close, Pinky.
Ray, you had the vision. You had the smarts. You could calculate any number in your head. You could have taken me with you. I would have followed you. And Alma would have followed you. And we'd all be together, and I would have made you rich.
Fuck, it's immaterial.
Immaterial? It's my life, Ray.
You know what, my old friend? I should have fired you years ago. I'm sorry I didn't.
Well, if there's some sort of apology, I don't need it, mate. I know what I am. I am an utter fuck-up. And why did you surrender?
You know that every photograph has two sides, right? The positive and the negative. You see that? See that guy? Remember him 25 years ago, me? Huh? I mean, not a bad-looking guy. Pictures don't lie about that sort of thing, right? This guy, me, he was real. He was real. He was a salesman. He was a businessman. A man. Then I lost him. And her. And what is left but the fucking negative? Pinky, I don't even fucking know who I am, all right? I don't know anything anymore. No, fuck that. You know, I do know one thing, huh? We're fucking closing.
So you do okay? What you checked? You could probably finance a couple of those one-hour processors.
No
on
check.
But I saw your envelope.
Yes, but you didn't see inside the envelope. There was no check. There was a court order, though. Seems like all my funds have been frozen.
Well, they can't freeze it unless they're pressing criminal charges. They can... I'm sure you can get that cleared.
But your check, there was no check in the envelope for you. Now, usually, Christmas staff is always paid at the end of the shift. Unless, of course, their work isn't done. He sent you to shop me. See if I was stealing or cooking the books. You see anything? You see me take anything?
Film, brand new camera. You gave me everything.
Right. Good business lesson there. And what did it cost? What did he pay you to do this?
Nothing.
So why would a person do that sort of thing?
The practice.
You just never know how.
Hey, Junior, can we get going before I miss Santa?
Give me a minute. What's wrong?
What was your job in that store with those men?
That doesn't matter. I got her bag.
Wait, gotta go too long. Wait. I wanted to believe you.
Penny, forget about the camera store.
You said you weren't mean. I wanted to listen to all your little lies and try and understand them. I was willing to do all that because I am tired of being cold. And I liked you. And I thought you liked me.
I do.
You're a liar.
I'm a liar? You know, I saw some pictures of you today that tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth. Grossingers. The man in them, Dr. Dave LaBelle. I know his kids. His wife.
You saw.
Everything.
He was sick. Dying.
Okay. Let's forget it. You want to stay at my place a couple of nights? Okay.
That's what you think of me? It's like a gift two people give each other, like Christmas presents.
Okay. Let's go. It is freezing.
It's in the back of my head.
What? Are you coming with me or not?
Stay away from me!
Suppose that means you won't be giving me a lift home then.
Oh. Thought you'd be at the Parrot.
Nah. Populated by lonely, pathetic old drunks. So, this is Christmas. First Christmas in God knows how many years I have nothing better to do than actually enjoy it. Christ, it's cold though, isn't it? Oh, dear me. But I do love the snow, you know? Makes me think I'm a kid again, can do anything at all. Do you remember Daphne?
Wife number 4.
Her daughter, well, my daughter. Actually, the only daughter that still speaks to me. God bless her. Anyway, she and that little prick of a husband of hers are holding some sort of soiree this evening. All the kids are going to be there. You should see those kids when I come. I'll tell you, I open the door and they holler, and I mean, I'll just give them a, you know, a little song, a little shuffle.
And they love it.
Love is too small a word, right? Too small a word. So I was thinking I might just stop by. Want to come?
Why not?
Good.
You know the last bus left, so wherever we go, we're hoofing it.
I've got this feeling. It's a salesman's gift. I've got this feeling that something marvellous is going to happen round that corner. You know what, Ray? It's been so long since I walked anywhere. I'm not sure I know the way.
Don't worry, Pinky. I do.
Silent night, holy night, all is calm, all is bright, round yon virgin mother and child, holy infant, so tender and mild, sleep in heavenly peace, sleep in heavenly peace. Silent